A New York notary public is asked by a client to notarize several legal documents intended for use in a foreign country that is a member of the Hague Apostille Convention. The client is under the impression that the notarization alone is sufficient for the documents to be accepted internationally. After notarizing the documents, the notary informs the client that additional steps are required for the documents to be valid abroad. The client insists that no further authentication is necessary. What must the notary explain to the client about the process of making the documents suitable for international use, and what role does the apostille play in this process? Well, to help us answer this question, let's have a look at the definitions and general terms section of the Notary Public License Law booklet, particularly under the definition of apostille, and it states that an apostille is a Department of State authentication attached to a notarized and county certified document for possible international use. So with this in mind, let's have a look at our four choices to determine the solution. Choice A states, the documents must be authenticated with an apostille issued by the Department of State, which attaches to the notarized and county certified documents to make them valid in countries that are members of the Hague Apostille Convention. Well, this is absolutely true and also aligns with the definition of apostilles I read from before. But before we mark this as the correct solution, let's have a look at choices B, C, and D just to be certain. Choice B states, the notarized documents are automatically valid in any country as long as the notary seal is applied properly. This is not true. The apostille must be attached, as we mentioned before, and therefore choice B is not the correct solution. Choice C states, the notary must personally submit the documents to the foreign consulate for approval before they are valid for international use. This is incorrect. The requirement is for an apostille, which is issued by the Department of State, and therefore choice C is not the correct solution. And choice D states, the client must have the documents translated into the official language of the receiving country for them to be accepted internationally. Now, while it may be that in certain circumstances the receiving country will require translations, that's not what's required in order to make the document acceptable from an international perspective as far as notary is concerned. For the notarization purposes, the requirement is the apostille, as I read from before in the law, and therefore choice D is not the correct solution, which indeed leaves choice A. The documents must be authenticated with an apostille issued by the Department of State, which attaches to the notarized and county certified documents to make them valid in countries that are members of the Hague Apostille Convention, as the correct solution.